Hey guys, let's see if I can get some more light on here. This will help. I'm going to work on the lid of my hinged cylinder. Work on the lid, and it's going to have the center key of the hinge in it. Let me draw you a quick picture of it. You really want that? Probably not. But I got my piece mounted in there, and what I realized is this isn't flat to the milling vise. So what I'm going to have to do first is mill this whole top to make it flat, and then what I'll do is I'll get I'll mill across this plane here and remove all this, leaving a boss which will be squared off and will be the center barrel of the hinge, if that makes any sense. You can see my setup here. Starting off with the parallels locked in. Don't want to move it too much because it's not super tight. The first part of this project is going to be to just to flatten this thing, and everything's flat down on the parallels. The parallels are flat down on the vise. There's nothing in the way. I got a 4-flute carbide. I have my coolant hooked up, but you know, I turned it on and I didn't have the hose hooked up to the outlet, and it ran all over the floor back behind the machine and ran out here in the front, and since then I haven't been able to get it to power on. And you know what? I bet you it's the liquid level that's not allowing it to come on. The level's too low. It lost to evaporation. So maybe I'll go get a gallon of water and add to that. Bring the level up, and that pump should start working. Let's see if this will do anything. Yeah, that's it. The water level's too high because it kicked on there when I sloshed that around. Now, do I really want the coolant on there? Let's make a few passes and see what it feels like. So, I'm kind of determined that my high spot is back here. Now, that's not I know that's not necessarily true, though. So let's crank this thing. In a bit and see how high it is over here. Yeah, that's actually my high spot, so we'll start up here and mill across to the back. And yeah, we're recording. Okay. So I'm gonna start another chapter just for let me run it down So let's just bring it up a little bit. I'm going to bring the table up about 40 thousandths. And see where that puts us at. I had been scolded, chastised for running this thing too fast, and I thank you for that criticism. So I'm gonna make this cut a little deeper, so I might clean this up with fewer passes. So let's try put 50 thousandths on it. See if that'll feed across. It's really machining like butter. Really machining very nicely. And if we can clean this up in one pass, well, it's not cleaning up in one pass, I can see that. But it's very close. Get my chip brush. We're not far from cleaning that up completely. So we're going to raise the table maybe 20 thousandths, see if that'll do it. There's 10, 20. We'll know on this pass if we hit it or not. I think that's going to clean it up.
So I'm gonna, where I should leave my cut at, I think we're gonna take it all the way down here and put the hinge barrel on this far end. And I'm gonna just guess right there at my hinge end, and I'm going to take this up. Let me find zero this out at 100, at 0. And then let's raise the table 200 thousandths. See how that cuts. I'm going to try 400 thousandths. We moved in there, so we're going to take it back 200 thousandths. So now we're just cutting 200 thousandths now.
Okay, this should show you what I'm trying to do here. Okay, we're just machining off these tabs now. Just a thousandth more. Okay, the light's not going to be the greatest over here. So we just need to machine that pocket in there. Put some flats on the outside, drill that through. And we'll have this edge here contoured so it'll clear. And hopefully I'm going to be able to turn the whole thing and reduce the diameter 25 thousandths or so, just to clean up. Little burrs like that from that little gouge there. So I'm really happy with that. The biggest takeaway from that, the big takeaway there was, and I'm sure a lot of you cringed when I said, well, let's do 400 thousandths. No, let's not. So that was a definite error, and I saw it right away. And as soon as that piece jumped in the vise, I should have stopped right there and reset everything, because I did end up stopping and resetting everything and flattening this out again. So the big takeaway is don't be greedy. Such is life. We had some pretty good gouges here from not having a big enough V to hold that piece. I have another V I could have used, may have. It probably would have been better to use this part of this magnetic transfer, and I think it still would have marked. But doing with what I have, I just happened to see this MT3 die holder I made in the past. Fancy, huh? Not that fancy. And there's a video somewhere of making that. And here is a purpose-built expanding mandrel. Made at some point, and I'm sure there's a video there. I don't know why I felt the need to put the brass band on there, but maybe just because I could. Let's see if I have anything else in here I made. No, let's just stay with that. Okay, guys, I'm happy with that. Learned a little bit. The more time that goes on, the more I realized that I learned. What was the other thing I learned? Don't be greedy with the cuts. That's the main thing. Yeah. And there was more, but I don't remember. So if you can't remember the lesson didn't sink in, did it? It'll come to me. I want to thank you all for watching my last video. I think it was entitled Cylindrical Hinged Cylindrical Container, maybe, or something, whatever the last video was. It got a very good rating from YouTube, and I normally don't really pay much attention to that, but it got a 1 of 10, which is, now that, I don't know, that number may drop as time goes on, but got around 90 views, got 9 or 10 comments. Somebody did something different than some of the previous videos that caused me to have that higher rating. I guess I'm going to get the shop back out and clean things up. I did learn that my coolant pump needs to have it has a low fluid level shutoff, and that's why that's why I couldn't get the coolant to run. And really, if I'm taking 25, 50 thousandths cuts, I shouldn't need the coolant with this material, but yeah, that's another lesson learned. So, did I thank Steve Lang yet for giving me a shout out on his channel? Thank you, Steve. I love seeing your videos come up, brother. And you should have seen the smile on my face when I heard you said hello. I'm Steve Lang. I love the intro. And Steve certainly is capable of creating some cutting tools with the carbide that I'm not going to, well, I don't have the facilities to, I could stick it to some metal, silver soldering it, but I couldn't shape it or polish it or sharpen it. So it's in good hands, and I trust he'll be able to use that, and I don't know if he sells stuff or not, but maybe turn a profit on it. Wife's doing better. She's about 7 or 8 days now without the sciatic pain. She's not totally out of pain, but she's doing much better. So thank you all for your prayers and thoughts there. So it's YouTube and America's foremost student machinist, Kimberzelik, and thank you for coming along, and we'll see you next time. Till then.